Hello, guys. Welcome to my channel. Thanks so much for tuning into my channel. God richly bless you. On this video, I'm going to teach you and also going to take you through the step by step on how you can apply for the diversity visa lottery, or what we simply call the US visa lottery. So, currently, as you can see on my screen, I'm going to search. So, before you start, make sure you are connected to internet. So, the first thing that you're going to do is you go and search for DV program on Google. So you type DV program in the search bar and search. So as it loads, it's going to give us the various URLs that we can use to access the portal for the diversity visa program or the visa lottery. So as you all know, the DV 2026 entry has officially been opened on the 2nd of October 2024, and it will last up to the 8th of November 2024. So those of you who are interested in trying their luck or also applying for this diversity visa lottery, you can also do so. So the first one here, or you can also use the direct link using the dvprogram.state.gov, and it will land you on the official website that you use to apply for the diversity visa lottery. Any other link that will be shared with you on social media, WhatsApp, and other places, know that those links are spam or they are fake links, which will direct you to a different website. And also remember that any information that you key on those scam websites, make sure that know that they are going to those social media or cyber criminals which are going to use it for their personal gains. So use the right link, which is the dvprogram.state.gov. So I'm going to click on this particular link here, and then which is the first one there. So you will wait for it to open. So as you can see, the interface is currently loading here. So when it is done, I'll also be giving you some guidelines on how you are to apply. So for all those that are going to apply, make sure that you read all the instructions that are showing on this particular page. Read them through carefully so that you will know what to do and what not to do. But the most important one that I'm going to touch on is the requirement for the photograph or the passport photo size that you use for this diversity visa lottery, because that is one of the major things that is disqualifying a lot of people from winning this particular lottery. So I'm going to take you through the this particular overview. So I'm going to click on. We are going to check the examples of the photos that are accepted for this 2026 entry. So this is the page that we are going to read some of these photo samples that can be used and the ones that cannot be used. So I'm going to read out some few things on this page for you to check first. So as you can see, the photo samples, it says starting November 1st, 2016, eyeglasses will no longer be allowed in new visa photos. So those of us or those of you having eyeglasses on anytime you want to take photographs or passport photographs, the diversity visa lottery for the 2026 is saying that the photos or the photographs, especially the passport ones that you will be using, there should not be any eyeglasses. And also, they said your photo or digital image is a vital part of your visa application. Review the examples below to learn how your photo or digital image should look. Recommend you use a professional photo service to ensure your photo meets all the requirements. The acceptance of your photo or digital image is at the discretion of the US Embassy or consulates where you apply. So these are some of the acceptable photographs that, as you can see, but we'll be going into details of how you are to take these particular photographs. So they said, please review the tabs to the left for examples of both acceptable and unacceptable photos to submit with your application with your visa application, sorry, keep in mind the basic size, expression, head position, background, print quality, and anything that might obscure the face. That's the hair, the shadow, the glare or glasses, etc. Helpful photo tips are provided on many of the examples. So the first thing that you are going to look at is the shadow and lightening. So as you can see this particular picture here, they are saying that any picture or any photograph, especially the passport photograph that you'll be using, the image should be clear and it should also reproduce skin tone accurately and should not have any shadow. So if you have any passport photograph that is having a shadow at the background, know that if you use that particular photograph to apply for the diversity visa lottery, you will be at the verge of being disqualified. That is the first one. And we're also going to look at the size and then the position of the photos or the passport pictures that you're supposed to use. So, which is this particular one here. So, it says that your head should be centered and it should have the correct size. So, what is the size of the passport photograph that they are requiring? They said the size should be 2 inches by 2 inches or the 51 by 51 mm with the head center and sized between 1 inch and 1.4 inch. So if you are taking your photograph, make sure that you meet this particular requirement. And the samples here that they've cancelled, it means that these particular ones here are not accepted. We are moving to the next one, which is the resolution, print size, and the quality. So, what resolution are they looking at? They said the photo should be sharp without any visible pixel or printer dots. The photo should also be able to be printed on glossy or matte quality papers. So, this is the acceptable one here, and these are the non-acceptable ones that you can see over there. Then the next one, which is the digital changes. So the digital changes, most of the time we have some pictures that we've loved so much and would like to use them for our application. So what we normally do is that we use other retouching or re-editing tools to crop and resize those particular pictures so that it can suit the requirement. But the DV 2026 program or the application is saying that if you use any retouching tool or any editing tool to crop the background or to do any retouching, that will make your picture or your face to have some kind of cropping styles. As you can see in this particular video, you could see that the head is not in a good shape. So because they've cropped this head and then the size of the head, as you can see, some of the places are in, there are some other places that are also out. So this particular picture cannot be accepted, or if you use any other re-editing tool or retouching tool to do some necessary cropping or to change the background and the rest. Then the next one is how you pose and your expression in the passport photograph. So they said you should be facing directly in the camera. So your head or your face should be facing the camera directly, and you should also have a neutral expression. There should not be any instance where you should close your eye or be laughing or be shaking your head. So you should have an eye contact direct with the camera lens. That is about the pose and then the expression. And then the attire, the hat, and then the glasses. So they said there will not be any instance where they will accept any other attire or you wearing headgear and the rest, except for religious or medical purposes. So, if the headgear that you are wearing is for a religious purpose, then they can accept it. But the no hat or any other thing will be accepted. So, these are some of the pictures that they are not accepting. And then they said your face should also be visible. So, make sure that if you are using any veil or any attire that will cover part of your head, make sure that your face is clear enough or visible enough in the photograph. And then the background too as well. So they said the background or the acceptable background for this particular program should be white or off-white without any shadow. They are stressing on the shadow especially. So if any of your pictures that you're going to use is having a shadow at the background, know that you will be disqualified. So let's take this particular one very serious. So the background should be white or off-white without shadow and is plain without texture, objects, or lines. So these are some of the samples that you should look at, the acceptable ones and then the non-acceptable ones. So as you can see, these are them. Then the next one, which is for children, it said no other person should be in the photo. Sometimes, whenever we want to take photographs of our children, especially the infants ones, because of how they sometimes move from one place to another, or they've been shifting their head. So some parents, they normally carries their children or their infants for people to take them pictures. So they said if you want to include your children or your infants in your application, make sure that there's no other person in the photo except that particular child alone. And then the child is facing the camera with eyes open. And they are also saying that it will be acceptable if your infant's eye are not entirely open, because we understand some of the uh, children may close their eyes slightly due to their age or any other thing. So basically, these are the requirements, or these are the things that you should keep at the back of your mind before you start the application. So we are going back to the application portal here. So if you want to start, you scroll down and then you click on begin entry. So we are going to click on the begin entry. So when you click on the begin entry, it's going to open another page for you where they will ask you to key in some authentication code. Yeah, so this authentication code is just to verify that you are a real human being who wants to apply. So you just have to type any character that you see in here in the space provided here, and you click submit. So when you click submit, it will open the application form for you to start filling. So this is the interface where you are going to start applying. Then the application form has been divided into different segments. The first part will require you to enter your basic informations like your name. That's your surname is the same as your last name or your family name. Then your first name is the same as your Christian name. Then the middle name, any other name that you will be called. So if your name is, or if your surname is John, make sure you type that John, and it will be advisable to use capital letter in filling this particular form. And if your first name or your Christian name or your actual name is Chris, you type it over there. But if you don't have any first name, make sure you check the button at the down here. When you click it, then it means that you don't have any first name. So if you have, you just type it there, Chris. And then your middle name. If you don't have any middle name, then you check the button at the bottom there. Then your gender. If you are a male or a female, you select your gender here. Then your date of birth, the month, the day, and then the year. And then the city in which you were born. So make sure you write only the city. So if I am born in um, United States of America, and then the city that I'm born is ABC, I will only type the name of the city here, not the country or the district or the state or the province. Make sure you write only the city's name over there. But if you don't know your birth city, you check the button at the bottom here, then you continue. Then country where you were born. So you click and then you select the country in which you are born. So you have a lot of countries here. So you go through the one that is applicable to you, select it, then you continue. Then the country in which you are born, if it is not different from your your country of birth, then you are going to leave this particular place here like this. Because if you select that you were born in, maybe let's select a particular country here. So which one am I going to select? Let me just select Canada. So if you select that you were born in Canada, and then your country of birth is also Canada, then you don't have to do any other thing here. But if your country of birth is different from the place where you were born, then that is where you have to check the explanation of the country of eligibility to see what you're going to do over there. But before these places can open for you, you have to make sure that you fill in the upper ones. Then we continue. Then the option 7, which is the entrance photograph, as I explained earlier on at the beginning of this tutorial, I mentioned to you the examples, and I also show you some typical examples of the acceptable passport photographs that you can use, and then the non-acceptable ones. So make sure that you have your passport photograph with the exact size or the exact requirements ready. And when that one is ready, you just click choose new photos. Then it will open your computer, your desktop, or wherever you've saved that particular photo, and then after selecting it, then it will load over here for you automatic. So it's very simple. Then the next one is your mailing address. So if you have a box number, or you want to use a particular box number by an organization, make sure that you indicate the person who is in charge of it, that's the in care of the person's name. Or if you are the one who is going to use the care of, then you write your name over here. Then you write your address line. If you have a second address, you indicate it over there. Then you also indicate the town or the city in which that particular address or the mailing address is, and then the country, then the zip code. So if you are in US, you just have to check your country or the state in which you are, then you get the zip code. If you're in UK, or if you're in Africa, then you just have to check your country's zip code or postal code. So those of you who are in Ghana, you can the postal or the zip code for Ghana is 00233. That's 00233. So you can use that. But if you don't have any postal code, or if you don't know your country's postal code or zip code, just check the button at the bottom over there. Then you're good to go. Then the country in which this particular mailing address is, you also scroll through and select that one too as well. Then the next one is the country where you live as of today. So this one is different from the country in which you are born. So if you are born in the United States of America, but you are currently living in the United Kingdom, that's what you're going to select here. So the country where you live as of today that you are applying for this diversity visa lottery, that's what you're going to select there. And then you also enter your phone number. So it is optional. You can choose to enter your phone number over there, or you can leave it blank. They will not penalize you for that. And also, the next thing that you're going to do is your email address. Make sure the email address that you are going to use is very active, because any information that they will require, this particular information will be channeled through your email. So make sure you have active email, you know the password of your email to as well, so that you can be able to access it in case you want to check your application status. So you enter the email here, and then you re-enter the email again just to confirm. Then you are good to go. Then the next one is, what is the highest level of education you have achieved as of today? So if so we have a lot of qualifications over here, but let's read what you are expected to do here. They said you must have a minimum of a high school diploma reflecting the completion of a full course of study. As they said, vocation schools or equivalency degrees are not acceptable, or Be a skilled worker in an occupation that requires at least 2 years of training or experience to qualify. That's they said to visit this particular link there. That's the www dot one two one two one www dot onetonline.org to see if your occupation qualifies for a diversity visa. So if you have any of these particular qualifications as of today, so let's assume after high school degree, you want to go for another program, but because you haven't completed that particular program or you are still in the process, so you can't select it. So the qualification that you're having as of today, that's what you're going to select here. Then after that, you move to your current marital status. So if you are unmarried, you select this one. If you are married and your spouse is not a US citizen, you select this one. If you are married and your spouse is a citizen of US, then you select this one. If you are divorced, you select this one. If you are a widow, you select this one. If you are legally separated, you can also select this one. Then there's another option here which says legal separation is an agreement when a couple remain married but live apart. Following a court order, if you and your spouse are legally separated, your spouse will not be able to migrate with you through the diversity visa program. You will not be penalized if you choose to enter the name of a spouse from whom you are legally separated. If you are not legally separated by a court, you must include your spouse even if you plan to be divorced before you apply for the diversity visa. Failure to list your spouse or your eligible spouse is a ground for disqualification. If your spouse is a US citizen or lawful permanent resident, do not list him or her in your entry. So basically, that is about this your marital status. Then the final thing is the number of children that you are having, and this is a place where you have to be honest with yourself. If you have two children, make sure you type number two over there. And then if you don't have any child, just write zero over there. Then when you click continue, it will only reopen another window for you to just confirm the information that you have typed in here or you have key in here. Then after that, they will ask you to submit. But if you type in there that you have four children, then the system is going to generate four different forms for you to fill in for all the children that you have with their respective passport photographs. So if you want to apply with children or you have children and you want to apply for this diversity visa lottery, make sure you have their passport photographs at hand because you will be using them. So the basic information that they've asked you here, they are the same thing that they're going to ask you on their page too as well. But if you have none here, then all you have to do is that you just have to confirm the information that you have typed in here, and if they are accurate, then you click submit. Then after submitting, a confirmation pin will come. Make sure you copy that confirmation pin or make sure you save that particular page or make sure you download that particular page. In case you can't be able to download it, you just press Control P on your computer and then you save that as PDF, or you can also screenshot it and keep it safe because that is the pin that you'll be using to check your application status to see whether you are qualified or you have been selected or not. So basically, these are some of the few steps that you can use to apply for the diversity visa lottery, or the 2024 diversity visa lottery for the DV 2026 entry. And I hope you like this video. Please, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Do what to also share this video with your friends and loved ones. And also don't forget to turn on the post notification for this channel so that anytime I upload new videos on this channel, you will be the first person to watch them and never miss any of my latest updates. Thanks so much for watching this video. And I wish you all the best of luck in applying for this diversity visa lottery. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you shortly in another video. Stay blessed and have a nice day. Bye bye.